Guys, we're going to look at 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 5 through 24 today. So here again we have where Paul is, really addressing the power of community, and in that the power of our call of God's call in our life in the midst of community. And he begins by talking about, I really want to see you. And you see this theme through Paul's, letters where he has this yearning to be with the people. To not just impart gifts, but also to have gifts imparted to him and to be encouraged. And he also has this great desire to have the people that he's leading, when he talks about young Timothy, about coming alongside and accept young Timothy. He knew young Timothy's struggles, and he knew, the things that he had to persevere through, and he knew the power of community. He knew that actually the greatest of our call was in the place and from the place of community. That's why the enemy always wants to isolate us, because if the enemy can isolate us, then he can take us outside of our call really quickly. And Paul really understood the need of community, and he went without it when he was in prison. So he knew what it was like to not have it, and so he yearned for it when he could have it. And he knew that God had, really placed something on him so significant. And he knew that in that he was going to have a lot of opposition. So the people that stood with him and the people that stood around him were very, very important to him. And this, for my own life, I've just learned throughout the years that I can really trust people that go through battles with me, because the people that go through battles with me are the people that I can trust with the victories that I have as well. The people that really stand by us, and the people that pray us through things and encourage us in things and remind us of what God has called us into, those relationships are just priceless. And that's what Paul's talking about. He's talking about, listen, you need to have that because it keeps you on guard and it keeps you reminded of what you're for, but also it stirs the gifts inside of us. It reminds us what the gifts are for. It reminds us what our calling is for. And then just to remember the big picture, that we do need it because it refreshes us. And I don't know about you, but I have to be refreshed all the time. We have to go before the Lord, even doing a study like this where we're just taking a few minutes. We're just going before the Lord. We're having him refresh us. We're having him remind us. We're having him, speak to us those things that are really important. So he does that through all kinds of different ways. But the most powerful way, and what the enemy will often fight, is the community, and having people around us to speak into our life and to encourage us of the things that God has spoken. So don't ever take yourself outside of that community, because that's not only where you find out what you're made for and who you are, but it also empowers what you're made for.